For the past few weeks, I've been seeing on my feed on one universal statement, which a lot of people are now saying more than ever, and that BMs, black men, brothers, are not as society overseas as you may think. And to be honest, I'm not going to fully disagree with that statement, but I'm going to tell you guys why. And what I say may trigger a lot of Vegas kids. So for all the Vegas kids in the back who are listening, all the passport bros who are thug loving it overseas with do-rag hats and your former dope boy swag and all this other crap, you know what? Deal with it. Because we had to deal with your swag for the past 20 to 30 to 40 years. See, before this passport bro phenomenon, before Pookies and before Bebe's kids and wannabe Bebe's kids founded what it was like to go overseas, or realized that there was an overseas to go to, and that we could go to it without Mr. Charlie and them trying to pull us back at the airport security line, black men were doing well outside of America. Black men were actually being seen as admirable outside of America. Black men were seen in the image, the same image that a lot of people see blacks in the 60s and even prior, as hard workers, at best, or at least hard workers, people who did their jobs, provided for families, built communities, and at the very most, fought wars, been through discrimination, and overcame it. And if you don't believe me, ask someone who's actually met a black person, not even in the 60s, but in the 90s and prior. What was your image of black people versus what do you see black people today as? Let's ask that honest question from someone who isn't black and someone who doesn't have some sort of biasness or anything like that. We aren't asking these little shrimp millennials or Gen Zers. Well, the Gen Zers aren't too bad, but the shrimp millennials, yeah, they come from the boomers, and we all know what the boomers have done to this world. I mean, these are the same people who brought us the swag culture, who told blacks that, oh, this is your swag. This tagging your pants is swag. Talking like you have double-digit IQ is swag. That's good. Oh no, better yet, acting like you just came from the joint. That's game. Oh, that's game. Ladies and gentlemen, that's game. That's game, bro. Which leads me to this. The main reason why brothers struggle overseas is because of the culture. What is the culture? We all know what that culture is. You don't need me to explain to you what that culture is. I can do all sorts of parodies and satires of said culture, but a lot of these guys who are crying because, well, you know, I went with my white and Asian and Latino friends, and when they got served with their food hot and steaming, and you know how to do Applebee's with steaming and the steamy sauce and all that stuff. They had it fresh from kitchen, fresh hot off the plate, fresh from the presses. And they got served by a big booty baby or a big booty baby, whatever they want. I just wanted some hot dogs. I wanted hot dogs. And I just wanted warm hot dogs. I wasn't trying to mess with anyone. Look, I ain't causing no trouble. No trouble here, Mr. Charlie. Yes, in Boston. I just want hot dogs. And they messed up my food. And when I asked for hot dogs, they bring hot dogs back. They didn't even cut the hot dogs. You know, like Mama used to do. Yeah, I remember when you cut the hot dogs. That's when you got a meal. Is this what we're being relegated down to? I'm not trying to trivialize nor doubt the experiences that certain YouTubers have had so far, but let's be honest. Some of them have put it on themselves. And to be honest, the individual that you might think I'm talking about, he isn't even the worst. You have individuals, you had, and I'll just call this other guy, the butterscotch of passport bros, and his older brother, basically getting all sorts of antics. Like, and I didn't know butterscotch was into She-Man or he woman. I don't know what it is. Like she said she had a kid. You know what? That's whatever. And his older brother. I mean, just I saw 2 videos of him on Raise channel, and that's all I needed to see. That's all I needed to see. And some of these other individuals, and we aren't talking about those. Let's not talk about the jabronis of the Passport Bros. Let's talk about the so-called big hitters, the big hitters of the Passport Bros, the heavyweights of the Passport Bros. Apparently can't even defend his title. Everybody saw what happened. He got slammed like it was SummerSlam. You know, I could have sworn that it was probably an episode of SummerSlam or a pay-per-view of SummerSlam. Because that's what I saw. And not to cheer for the other guy too, because he's a jabroni himself. He's a doger himself. A passport doger. A passport pookie. A passport baby kid. Which leads me to saying the reason why brothers can't get the quality woman is because you all carry the culture with you no matter where you go. And I've been telling guys this, I might put the video up. If you do these things, stay your asshole. And the B does not mean black necessarily. But from the way it's going, I might have to include that word into the lexicon. But all I see from a lot of these guys is that they're certified betas, certified baby's kids, certifiably broke, certified bums, certified busters. What other B words I can use? Some of them was just certified bitches. We wouldn't go there. And yeah, to any other B word you can use. Stay your ass home. Just stay home. That's all that the rest of us want. All of us who are seeking the life and the the perspective that our forefathers got in the 80s and 90s. It's some of the older guys. One of the older guys who actually presents himself as an honorable black man overseas is, well, 2 of the guys. Passport OG, who featured me in one of his videos about 3 weeks back. Shout out to him. And also, the other guy, I can't remember his name. He's in Cambodia, or he goes back between Cambodia and Atlanta. I would bet you this. I would bet all of Austin Coleman's money that he uses in order to go overseas and code approach chicks. And I would bet all the money that Butterscotch uses, the black Butterscotch, Passport Bros Butterscotch uses to trick on women in veils. I'll bet all that money and say that those 2 individuals that I just mentioned, younger individuals, had better experiences overseas in the 1990s and prior. It's no offense to them, they sort of, I'm not going to say they're elder, but one of them is an elder, but one of them is a Gen Xer. But nonetheless, and they will also agree with me in saying that the culture is what's ruining traveling for brothers. There has been studies that non-black women are actually falling out of grace with black men online. Yes, it's one of the more corrupt websites, it's one of the more racist websites, and I believe that a lot of these dating apps algorithms are racist. That's a whole other subject for another day. But this baby kidding of, is that even a word? No, I'm gonna make it a word. The baby kidifying of black men traveling, that is one of the main things that is ruining our image and reputation overseas. I thought a lot of the Passport Bros were former Samuelites. And remember, and no shot against Kevin Samuels, I respected him a lot. Rest in peace to him. But weren't you all the same guys who were basically devoted Samuelites before you became Passport Bros? Maybe I guess that was the last bit of hope you had to live that BET uncut dream with the white picket fence and the community, letting Keisha give you that good, boy, big head. You wanted that all night long. You wanted that, but you couldn't get that because you all refuse to fight your own battles. I don't mean physically, I mean literally, by just walking away. But no, you all wanted Capstans to fight your battles. You all relied on one man to fight your battles and to get at Keisha because she wouldn't cooperate. She wouldn't fix her pH. She wouldn't let you hit it for free. She let Pookie and them hit it for free. Tyler and them hit it for free. Brad and Chad hit it for free. Hell, even freaking Biff and Jimbo hit it for free, but not you. Hence the reason why we had the Passport Bro movement. And I'm not going to let Austin Harmon go down the ship alone because I see what's going on right now. A lot of these guys are trying to shift the blame on him solely, saying that he's a weirdo and he's on the spectrum and he's tricking and he's code approaching wrong and he's talking to girls in the right ear when it should be in the left ear, and he is not using the right dialect of Spanish or Portuguese, and he is going during the wrong time of the year because there are a bunch of tourists, and he should have stayed in Wakanda where the sisters be, and even when he's in Wakanda, he's hollering at all the light-skinned chicks or the chicks that look like him, the brown-skinned chicks. Oh, wait, you're doing it wrong. No. The Passport Bros are doing it wrong. A lot of brothers in general are doing it wrong. This swag crap, sagging your pants crap, this code approaching and all that crap, it needed to die when you left America. Black men both realized that. Or maybe it was just the black men who weren't part of that culture who found themselves overseas, more likely because back in the day that swag and that sagging your pants or just sounding like a baby kid, that got you far in the community. But as time went on, and there's a phenomenon behind this, I need to come up with the name of the phenomenon because every single day we realize that the standards to being a black male, a masculine black male, or be considered a real ninja, go lower and lower and lower and lower. See, in the 2000s, it's okay just to sag your pants a little, just to have a little spinner, spinning on your rims. It was okay just to crank up some Kingston music. Oh, that was okay. In 2010s, you just had to get tattoos and you just had to look like you committed a felony. Okay. Or you had to do a little bit of felony. Just a little stealing here, robbery there, a little scamming in between. But now, the dabbling in the community, they want killers. And they literally have said that. And a lot of you found yourselves SOL because you guys haven't done it and don't have the balls to do it. So that swag you had, that 2000s, 2010 swag, isn't cutting in the community. Therefore, you found Passport Bros. You all got into this amalgamation of just guys who, yeah, you were cool back then, but you're not cool now. For whatever reason. Or maybe you were never cool, just like the Passport Bros and Butterscotch and his brother. But all of a sudden, it's Passport Bro time. It's like the New World Order wrestling group in 1999, 2000. When they just let anyone and everyone in. And at this point, now I'm seeing why we're not the side. I'm seeing why we're not like. It's because of this culture. It's because you all cling on to dope boy, swagnificent, tacky, dusty, crusty, musty, bum, homosexual culture like conservatives are. So their guns and their F-150s and their country music, particularly the Walmart country music, and their trailer parks and guns. And I have nothing against guns, don't get me wrong, but I'm just making a point here that there are certain things that need to be let go, lest you all want to be seen as jokes overseas. And a lot of people say, oh no, it's a color. It's the color. They're colorist. They're colorists. As someone who is, yeah, on the lighter skin of things, I get it. And I might benefit more than others. Latin America is probably the last place I'm going to claim colorism, but granted, yes, outside of America, I am considered probably more mixed than black. Now, some people consider me Arab with this beard, and I may have to change that because some people, and surprisingly not the whites, but some other people, at least in Europe, tend to be offended by that, tend to be rubbed the wrong way by that. That's what we're going to set for today. But if you're talking about my personal anecdotal adventures and experiences and all that kind of stuff, look, how's dating been for me? It's been better than what a lot of the passport bros have been going through, I'll say that much. Yeah, maybe it would be a lot better if it was the 80s and 90s and even 2000s before this hood culture got overseas and got leaked over and people started realizing that masculine and matriarchal culture for what it is. But compared to these passport bros, I'm doing good. I didn't realize how good I was doing. Now, granted, I was expecting to do better and I was very underwhelmed when I got my modest results overseas. And I'll say modest results, but that modest, I'll tell someone, hey, look, I only got this much this week or this year or this month. And then you got other guys saying, well, you got certified guys, not these PUA guys, but certified, I don't want to call them date coaches because that's an insult at this point, but certified dudes that would say like, yeah, you're doing good for yourself. Don't be too hard on yourself. Where are you going? Where are you picking up these chicks? And where are you being successful? As far as locations, that's for me to know and for non-baby kid, non-passport brothers to find out. And as far as specific locations, I'll give you some clues. Where there are less passport bros, where there are less baby's kids, and where there is less black poverty, I do better. Simple as that. Some people say I'm a commodity, some people, whatever. Wherever there's less hoodness and poverty and our color, I do better. It's as simple as that. Simple as that. And the more cosmopolitan, the better, I'll be honest. But with that being said, the other reason why a lot of these passport bros aren't doing as well is because the social circle's weak. The social circle is weak as their current swag in 2024. This is not 2004, this isn't even 2014. This is 2024, and a lot of you guys are still playing games from 20 years ago from around the block. Because, let's be honest, the average baby kid passport bro is not getting into the best social circles. He's not. He's not getting into the best, forget exclusive clubs, and that's the other thing too. Tell me, passport bros, for those who still cling on to the delusional notion that, oh, we love everywhere we go, man. We gonna get love everywhere, besides whatever product you're selling. Tell me this, passport bros. If you eliminate these two things, how much love is the average brother gonna get? And those two things being nightclubs, hip-hop clubs, and code approaching. Get rid of those two things. Get rid of those hip-hop clubs, get rid of those code approaching. Oh, and favelas. We in the favelas, we in the barrios, we with our people, our clan, our culture. You get rid of the favelas and hip-hop nightclubs and code approaching in those locations with the do-rags and the dope boy swag, thinking that that's going to sell you something. How successful is the typical brother? I'll wait. Everyone else out there, always bet on X.